I'm Marcel Fishbucker, and I'm the Moore County Extension Agent here, which is located in Dumas. We are between Dumas and Sunray, and we are on the cooperator's field as Tommy Cartwright. We planted a race trial here, which was going to be a dryland race trial. Had a very good profile of moisture, and we're going to talk about why we terminated this field this year and why it's being replanted into actually a short season corn. So we had several bad combinations here is why we've lost our acres. One of them was we had a really wet and cool May. This was planted around the 6th of May with very few heat units, and yet a week ago Monday it had some places with 8,000 plant stand count to up to about a 25,000 stand count. Done by the agronomist who looks at his land. Well, last Tuesday we had another half an inch of rain and quite a bit of hail here, so it actually terminated a lot of the other plants. So when you look at this situation out here and all the bare ground, weed control is going to be such a big key this year. And so with that and the few plants, you just lost all your potential yield because you don't have the plants. I have seen where only 18,000 plant population on studies was not worth the replanting, but those studies were done by Extension in Tennessee, and in Tennessee they went through and they cut the plants out, so then they still had a plant every foot. So the cotton plant will fill in a lot and make up a lot of yield if there's not many plants there, but you still have a lot of issues with the fact that there's not many plants there. So what happens in this bare ground? This bare ground will then be an ideal place for weeds to come up. So you get every time you get a rain, even though this is a dryland plot, you get rain or you have irrigation, germinates new weed seed. You know, we found out that there's some weed seed that's probably been viable for 30 years plus. So with that being said, this doesn't just look like plain old brown soil. There's a lot of weed seed right here in this top few acres as well, or a few inches of the ground through these acres. So as we look at some of these plants, where you can see the hail damage on that plant, how it was just strictly broken off. You know, you see some of these other plants and you see some holes because right when they first come up in all these edges, we're seeing a lot of thrips damage too. So those two things were another combination. The curl leaves and the thrips are a very common problem with our plants until they get up to about 4 notes and they outgrow the thrips. But they will feed on the cotton plant, especially when it's little, until it really gets to grow and they have a hard time overcoming it.